One. 1, 2. Check me out right here, yo.
Mike the Troop Jackson here at Elite Boxing Academy out of Houston, Texas. And today I'm joined by none other than Jesse Garcia. Man, top amateur fighter here out of Houston, Texas. And he just recently signed with Top Rank Boxing, one of the top boxing promotions in the world. First of all, Jesse, how do you feel about signing with Top Rank?
It's truly an exciting moment right now, part of my life. I'm looking to make this a long journey right now.
Now, you're 20 years old, and you have close to 80 amateur fights. I believe it was, what, 77, something like that. Why did you feel right now was the time to go pro?
I fought in the Nationals, and I fought like a week with no headgear, and I saw all the other competitors, and it just, fight with no headgear for a week, and I lost in the quarterfinals. It just didn't feel right. So we said, we might try it again, and we're gonna keep staying busy. And then when the time's right and when everything falls in line, we're just gonna go for it. And sure enough, the right people were talking, and we just thought, let's go for it.
Now they made it. They changed the rules a few years back with USA Boxing, where the elite fighters didn't have to wear headgear. Was that something you were nervous about? Were you looking forward to not competing with the headgear? What was going through your mind?
I was excited for it. That's my style of fighting. I'm an aggressive fighter. I come at you, and I just know I was dropping guys with a headgear on. Without a headgear, it'll make it easier.
Now, still to this date, you were actually one in the fight that is one of my all-time favorite fights. It was at this year's Golden Gloves when you took on Luis Acosta. Tell us about that experience, and how did that change you as a fighter at all? Did you look at fighting differently? Because that was definitely it was a great fight. You both stood toe-to-toe and threw some hard shots. But how do you feel that fight made you a better fighter?
Acosta, man, he really tested my waters in that fight. I had to dig a little deep just to pull it out. The first round, I kind of lackadaisied it, and next thing you know, I got caught, and it shook me, and I said, oh shit, I haven't gotten shook in a long time. So I went and I had to dig down and make it a fight, because I knew he would stand there and bang, and I think my shot started connecting and going flush, and he didn't like it, and sure enough, the referee stopped. But it made me have to say, man, I gotta fight again. It's been a while since I had to go dig deep down and fight.
Definitely. Now, you say you have the hard-nosed style. Who are some of your favorite fighters growing up, and people that you look to and mimic your style after?
Man, Mike Tyson, being the short guy all the time. Roberto Duran, he was short all the time. He came at you. And then like Arturo Gatti, everybody loved his style of fighting. And that's what I try to bring back. Just what people want to see. Me personally, I've never cared about the money. What I've loved is all the lights on you, everybody going off their feet crazy. That's what I've been wanting to do. And then of course I love Gennady Golovkin. I don't know why, but there's just some, he knocks guys out. He gets in there to knock you out, and that's what I try to imitate.
Definitely, man. Those are all fighters I love to watch as well. So it definitely seems like you have a crowd-pleasing style. What made you get into boxing to begin with?
Living in Puerto Rico for a while, I would sometimes hang out with my dad for work, and he would go to gyms to stay in shape. And I would see boxers hitting a bag, sparring, and I said, hey, what are they doing? And they said, that's boxing. And right there, there was just something I loved. Then we started watching boxing, and I would see the kind of environment, the kind of energy that it would bring. And I said, I want to do that. So we moved from Puerto Rico to here in Houston. And I was 12 years old, and my mom one day after school said, hey, we got something for you. It's a surprise. We walked into my very first boxing gym, and ever since then, I said, let's do this, and stayed dedicated to it.
There you go. At any point in time that you felt a little adversely and decided maybe this wasn't for you, or have you just been going forward ever since you started?
I can't really recall a time. I remember a time that I decided that, it wasn't for me maybe, but I had the right people talk to me, say that you have a lot of talent for this, you don't need to give up. And sure enough, I didn't, and I feel very blessed that those people, actually grateful that those people told me, which were my mom and dad, that said that I don't need to quit. You have something, you put too much time into this to just give up like that. And seeing where I am now, it's amazing.
At 20 years old, you're about to begin your professional career. What do you see being different for you as far as you were an amateur and now a professional? What's it going to change for you?
The weight. Weighing in the day before. After that, none. I've been in a couple fights with no headgears, and I still slugged it out. I didn't feel any different. That's about it that I could think that's going to be different for me. Actually, the environment, the crowd. I think Top Rank is going to be putting me under cards that are big. We're trying to get my first professional fight on the November 7th, the Bradley and Rios undercard in Las Vegas. And that's going to be a big card, and it's just like I want to be 200% ready and say, hey, these guys, they signed me for a reason.
Yeah, that's definitely a big card to have your professional debut under. Is there anything that you're looking forward to as a professional? Now, you're getting paid to do something that you love as opposed to almost paying other people to do it. You got to pay for your license and things like that as an amateur. But now you're being paid as a professional fighter. Is there anything else that you're looking forward to?
Not really. I've never been much of a guy that it takes a lot to please. Just having this opportunity, it makes me happy. If anything, a little match under my ass saying I gotta do everything perfect. I think what I'm looking forward to really is just fighting, and I want the right people to see me, the right crowd, and soon enough be on television and be able for my family in Bolivia to watch me, because they've never seen me box a day in my life, and for me to be on TV and them be able to watch me is something I would love.
I think I'm gonna have to post some of Jesse Garcia's videos on YouTube so his family in Bolivia can see. Amateur, what weight did you fight? You fought at what weight?
I fought at 141, but mostly 132.
And what do you compete at as a pro?
130 or 126.
That's a good weight for you. You're about a 126, 130 guy. Those 30s and 40s, may not be up for you anymore.
No, that was amateur days. Now we're talking about we gotta be very careful with every move we make.
For sure. Now, as far as cutting weight, do you have any experience at all with that, or is this gonna be a trial and error type thing?
I've always cut weight for 132. I've always been the bigger guy sometimes at 32, but it's nothing gonna be different. I already know how my body is. It's something we're used to already.
Okay. And as far as training, is the training going to change? Is it going to stay the same? As far as your pro debut, what's going to happen there?
My coach was my best friend the weekend of Las Vegas, and right now he's about to become public enemy towards me. But
it happens.
But no, it's because he wants to get me ready to the max, because he knows what I'm capable of, and we can't afford any mess ups.
That's good. It's definitely, as a fighter myself, you you understand the differences and the little nuance between coaches. Some people can handle the pressure of a coach that has to like that fire under their ass, and then some people have to be babied a little bit of coddling. But you definitely seem like the type that needs that fire lit. So I don't think the hatred towards your coach, I don't think he'll be upset at all with that. But before we get out of here, anybody you want to give a shout out to and thank?
I want to thank, honestly, everybody at the gym that supported me. Everybody here locally in Houston. They've all said great things about me, even after a loss from a fight, win from a fight, anything. They would always tell me, keep doing what you're doing. My mom, my number one supporter, and my dad always come with me to the gym every day. I hang around with the good people, the right people, and I just give a shout out to my coach, his sons, and Roy, everybody here, Coach Jesse, Perez, and then everybody else that's always told me you're going to become something. I stuck true to it.
There you go, man. Well, good luck with your professional career. Any idea? Oh, you said in November would be the first one. No named opponent or anything like that yet?
Nothing named opponent. We're just waiting to see if it is for sure and write my name on that contract.
There you go. Definitely looking forward to seeing Jesse Garcia in the near future.